Hi, I'm Matt from Business Doctors. There's a lot of information being shared at the moment. There's lots of information going out on social media around how we can deal with the current situation, and there's a lot of noise and it gets a bit confusing. There's lots of offers of help and support. There's lots of government information. It's changing all the time. So what we decided to do was actually listen to our customers and ask them how they were feeling about the current situation and what sort of things they felt they needed to help them through it. And really what we found out, there's no surprises, is that businesses are obviously scared and in a bit of a panic zone, potentially around cash, sales, how they're managing their people, what impact, uncertainty. A lot of stuff was very common amongst businesses. Everybody's different, but a lot of common themes. So what we've done is we've developed a process for helping a business put a plan of action together to get them through the next 3 to 6 months. And that's what I want to cover off with you today. And that's just a very simple 5-step plan. It talks about not losing sight of what you have in terms of value, in terms of what you're about as a business. It talks about having a reality check on the current situation so you can really get an understanding of the impact it's having on your particular business. It's then about setting some leadership and some clear direction of travel around the next 3 to 6 months. And then how do we mobilize those objectives and goals into a tangible implementation plan that our team can then go out and deliver, even though they are operating remotely. So that's what I want to share with you today. So the theme of this webinar is don't panic, plan it. So the very first thing we need to do is take a step back and just take some time out from this mayhem and think about the fact that we have actually got a great business. We've been established for a number of years, months, years, whatever it is. We've got a proposition that works. We've got customers that buy what we do. We're profitable. And all of a sudden, we've got something that's happened that we're not familiar with. It's unprecedented. And it's really, really important that we don't lose sight of the fact that we're going to come out of this, the other end, and we're going to resume normal service, and then we're going to be a business that's likely to be stronger, better, and more sustainable. So let's not be all doom and gloom. Let's actually remember how great our business is. So that is the first thing we need to do. Just take stock and think about the future. Once we've done that, it really is about a reality check. So it's about understanding the current situation and understanding what ground zero looks like. Remember, your team are probably already at ground zero. They can probably see, feel, and hear the reality of it. And it's probably a bit scary for them, right? So we need to make sure that we understand what that looks like as well. We need to take a good look in the mirror, and we need to look at 3 specific things. The first thing we need to do is to understand our sales pipeline. Do we have visibility of what sales we're going to make over the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months? Have we got a pipeline? Don't sugarcoat it. Look at the reality. Make sure we've spoken to our customers. Make sure we've understood and qualified whether that business is actually still there and still going to happen. Take time to talk to them, understand the pain that they're in, and get a reality check on your current sales pipeline, because that's going to inform the next and most important challenge that most businesses have right now, which is cash. So first off, do we actually have a handle on our numbers? Do we actually understand right now what our true cash position is in terms of money that we owe, money that we're owed, and what the daily picture looks like? Have we got a real-time understanding of our cash position? If we haven't, we need to get one. We've got some great tools to help you with that if you need it. We're going to talk about that a bit later. So in terms of cash, there are a number of things we need to look at. We need to look at cash preservation. We need to understand how we can actually retain cash that we were otherwise going to pay out. There are a lot of softer suppliers, including HMRC, that will be willing to have a conversation with you. So talk to the people that you owe money to. Talk to your landlord, talk to HMRC, get payment holidays on your rent, get payment holiday on your loan, preserve cash. That's really important. Talk to those suppliers that are perhaps a little bit more willing to explore longer term payment cycles, in that if they are big companies or they're public sector organizations, they might be very forgiving in terms of money that you owe to them. If they're your customers, they might be very forgiving in that they may pay you more quickly. And obviously look at those suppliers that you need to protect, like you, that are also in need of cash right now. So prioritize the payments you're making, retain cash, look at the non-direct supply chain that isn't going to interrupt your business. And then the third element of the reality check is your people. So we need to understand, where are they? Have they gone home? Are they working from home? Do they know what's going on? Are we at risk of those people not being around anymore? Because they may even be in a situation where they're not well. They may be in a situation where they're more concerned about their family right now than they are your business. So we need to take a really close look at the reality check of people and the implications of our current cash position and our current sales position in terms of the resources that we're going to need going forward. So who do we have? Who's critical to the business? Where are they? And what if they're not there anymore? What if they are ill? What if they aren't available to do the jobs that you need them to do? So we've now taken a really, really close look at the reality of the current situation. That gives us a platform, that gives us a basis for saying, so what are we going to do about it? How are we going to actually put some plans together and put some goals and targets together that take us to a place which is realistically somewhere we can improve on the current position and put us in a position where we're sustainable, we're manageable, and we can get through this next 3 to 6 months. We call it having a 90-day plan. So what does that look like in terms of, most importantly, how you can, if I can get the slideshow to work, develop a vision and some goals and some targets that demonstrate leadership from you, because they're going to be your people are going to be looking for confidence that you can see the future, that you can lead them through it, you can understand the reality, and that you can build on that and create some achievable goals over the next 90 days. So it's all about leadership. It's all about confidence. So what does a 90-day plan need to look like? What does it need to focus on? And funny enough, it goes back to those 3 key areas again. So we know what ground zero looks like. So we've got the starting point for this plan. We now need to focus on a sales plan, having understood our customers and started having real discussions with them and understanding their pain. What can we do to support them? What can we do to sell more to them? What can we do to try and retain them during this period, even if they're having difficulties, and understand some of the tactics we can use to ensure that continuity of sales from the existing customers. Are there new customers that we can look at? Are there businesses that may now, in the current situation, be in a position where they might need what we do and not having previously done so? So there may be some new business opportunities, because a number of businesses out there are actually in a position of high demand. They are supplying NHS, they are supplying delivery services, they are supplying people at home. There are a number of areas in the market which are actually being very in high demand. So how can we be agile? How can we maneuver our business around those? What does that mean in terms of cash generation? If we can have a sales target, understand what that's going to do to our cash, and most importantly, what organization do we need in terms of people resources to actually deliver on those services and products that we are going to sell over the next 90 days. So yeah, a plan, unfortunately, is just an idea unless we actually implement it. So how do we go about implementing the plan? The most important thing is about communication and leadership. So we need to actually look at the plan in terms of what we need to communicate, understand the roles and responsibilities that we're going to actually, what are the critical roles and responsibilities that need to be fulfilled over the next 90 days? we then need to, instead of just, whilst we've got to demonstrate leadership, we also do need to get our teams on side. We need to get their ideas. We need to engage them. We need to ask them. We need to get them a sense from them of what contribution they can make, what flexibility they can give us, and how we're going to manage some of these challenges around home working and remote working. What technology are we going to need? And most importantly, how are we going to actually measure this plan and actually make sure it's achievable and measurable? So that leads us to step 6, which is, if you need it, ask for support. There are lots of people around businesses that can help. And particularly if, you know, you've been in the sort of a leadership role, which is in peacetime, which is very different to a role that you have to adopt as a leader in wartime. You know, we're in a different mode of operation now. And sometimes we're going to need help with understanding how to put our cash flows together, understanding how to build a plan, understanding how to go to a bank, how to access some of the support that's being offered through these government programs. So don't be afraid to ask for support. Go to your existing suppliers, go to your existing advisors, and see what they can do in terms of giving you that extra support. It's really, really important right now that we all work together, we collaborate, we support each other, and we don't necessarily seek immediate reward for those things. We're all looking to build long-term relationships off the back of this adversity. So asking for support is crucial. So I hope that's been helpful. There's an awful lot to take in there. What we'd really like you to do is to be able to implement that successfully in your businesses. So that's why we are here to help. We have got a network across the UK, England, Ireland, Wales, Scotland of 50 business doctors that are there to provide access to the support that you need. We're very well connected with all the lenders, the banks, all the local, regional support agencies that are out there actively trying to support businesses right now. So how are we going to do that? Most importantly, we're going to do it for free. The very first thing we'd like to offer you is a 1-hour free Zoom health check meeting on us, where you can actually start the implementation. We can start helping you with implementing all the things we've talked about today. The next thing we want to give you access to, so you can start managing your cash flow and have a real-time daily notification of exactly where you stand in terms of cash, is access to our completely free cash flow management tool, which is called Flow. And where you need to build up a more detailed picture of your forecasting, of your plan to share with a bank or a lender, so you can actually gain access to some of these funds, particularly the Coronavirus Business Interruption Loan Fund. They're going to need a bit more detail on your future plans. So we've got a 30-day free trial for you to use our Pulse system to do that. We can also give you this presentation. So go to the landing page, which is businessdoctors.co.uk/don't panic. You can download the presentation. You can fill in the form to contact us to access your local business doctor, and you can sign up to join the network so you get a complete update on all things that are happening via our social media channels and website. Thank you.